Have you been through this door?
Pardon?
Have you been through this door? Like, we have in Ontario this building requirement. If you are at a basement and if you are gathering like this, we need to have more than one exit in case of a fire. So, you know the way that you came to the basement, that's one exit. But if there's an emergency, this is the emergency exit. It says exit, right? And out you go, you will find stuff which you do not know what is out there yet. Only I go there and turn off things in the utility room, right? So the same way, our mind also operates in a similar manner. There's a door that we have traveled, we have visited, and there's a door we haven't visited. But then there are two doors. Let's call the door that you came in the door of the past, and this door is the future. What's behind that door, we do not know. But we could think about it now that I told something, how to get out of this, what's out there. We can think about that, what's outside that door. This door, we came through that, we've experienced that, but we do not register everything that we saw when we were passing through, right? Now you have been to the monastery multiple times, many times, but I'm sure that there are a lot of things that you haven't seen yet, right? Because we just quickly pass through, we say hi, we chat, and we see what's on the countertop today for snacks and and then we miss out a lot of details. The same way, when we are journeying through our experience of life, we miss out on a lot of things. For example, right now we are missing out on your breath, how it feels. Right? So there's a lot of things which are available that we can experience, but we don't tend to experience it that way. Um, but our mind is also like the news outlets, like Fox, CNN, BBC. They only register the extremely bad and the extremely good. They don't show the normal day-to-day life, what's happening in London, what's happening in New York, in Ontario. They don't show the normal things. They show the most extreme, most horrific, bad, or the most good. Right? So the mind is also like that. It does not capture the neutrality. Maybe the mind thinks it's boring, but if you really get into this neutral zone of news, of information, there's so much peace and bliss there. In fact, I think 98% of our lives are neutral. There's nothing good, nothing bad. We are just sleeping, eating. But there's about 2% which are very bad or very good. Maybe the percentage is wrong. Maybe, let's say 10-90, 10% good and bad, 90% neutral. But bulk of our experience, when I say experience, the time that we are up, not when we are sleeping. When we are sleeping, we do not have an experience. Dreaming is another form of waking up, right? So our experience when we are up is mostly neutral, but we don't register it that way because we watch news. We listen to our news outlets in our mind, and that's the nature of our mind. That's fine. But what we do time to time is that suppose you are seated here peacefully right now for meditation, but then you have the urge to go back and check what's on the first floor, what's in the shrine room, what's outside the, you sort of visit back and see what happened there. Or you have the urge to go through this door and check what's out there, right? Imagine you have to do it every 30 seconds. That's a lot of getting up and going up and down. I was talking to her and she was telling she has two little kids, and then that's a lot of work for a mom. Right? And any mom who has children, they know that there's a lot of attending that you need to do with children. You need to go up and down, check whether they are okay. So the same way, our mind has to run to the past, run to the future. And if you have to do it every 30 seconds, every 10 seconds, that's a lot of working out. That's a lot of working out. So in this process, we can get tired. We get tired. So when we get tired, we come down here and then try to sit and relax. But still, we have the urge to go back to the floor above or go through this door which is close to us, right? Now, a way of overcoming that habit or that agitated state of mind is to train or give the mind a habit to just sit still and observe something very neutral. So that is sort of what we are doing here today. But then there's a common misconception pretty much in the Buddhist meditation world and outside the Buddhist realm as well, that meditation is trying to concentrate your mind. That is the prime objective. Buddha is someone who has ultimately concentrated his mind to a single point. What do you think about it? Is it practical to do that? We can take a deep breath in. If I ask you to hold that breath until you die, that's not possible. You need to breathe out. The same way, the function of the mind is to think. But the problem is this overthinking. So, the Buddhist middle path is not a single prescription. If this is warm water, if it's really warm, if I want to drink it to make it lukewarm water, I would put cold water into this. If it's really cold, I would put hot water. But if someone reads the prescription manual, only one part of the book, and say, well, the Buddha has prescribed to add cold water every time, then that's the wrong advice. Or if Buddha says, no, the idea is to add only hot water, that's also wrong. It's to find the balance, right? So concentrating our mind is not the primary objective of at least Buddhism. You can't keep it concentrated forever. It's going to go off. But then we can try certain things so that we reach our balance. There's a word in Buddhism called Tina Middha, sloth and torpor, which means that sometimes your mind can be so frozen, it does not want to do anything. Procrastination, you do not want to do anything. When you're really depressed, you do not want to do anything. So then you need to activate your mind. So then it's a different way of meditating. When you're depressed, you can't do this meditation. You're going to be even more depressed, right? But when you're agitated, then you need to do slowing down sort of meditation. So know that this is a tool, and it's not a single tool, it's a situational tool. We use this medication. You could tell us, Vinny, about medication. Some medications are to elevate the heart rate, some are to lower the heart rate, depending on what is your current condition of the heart rate. So the same thing applies to our mind as well. So it's not one flat advice every time. It's finding the balance.